Alright, on the previous video we did numbers 15, 16, 19, and 23 just to kind of give you a brief overview of what was going on. Actually, a little more of an in-depth look of what's going on this side of the page. Remember, we're simply isolating the radical, making sure there's nothing out front or out back, then just squaring both sides. So, real fast, let's burn through the rest of these. There's nothing going on outside of number 17 of the x minus 4, so we're just going to go ahead and square both sides. The square root cancels the square, so we got x minus 4 equals 6 times 6, which is 36. Go ahead and add the 4 to both sides to solve for x, and x equals positive 40. Alright, 18 works exactly the same way. If you want to pause it and give it a shot right now, I would go ahead and do that. If not, just keep on listening, or if you're coming back. Again, there's nothing going on outside that radical, so we are going to get out of the way. We're going to square both sides to cancel out the radical. Oop, I squared the right, but I didn't square the left. So 3 times 3 is 9. And what's left on the right is simply the x plus 7. Then solve for x. 7 is adding, so we subtract. 9 minus 7 is 2, so x equals 2. All right. Number 20. Number 20, same idea, but this time we've got something out front that we've got to move. To move the 6, it's a positive 6 that's adding, so what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So we've got square root of 2x equals 6. Now with the radicals alone, now we can go ahead and square it. Alright. Again, the square cancels out the radical, so it's 2x equals 36. Divide both sides by 2 to get rid of the 2 out front. X equals 36 by 2 is 18. Alright. Pause, let you look at that for a second. Okay, the last 3 on the page are simply more of the same. Number 21, we got this 3 out front, which there's nothing going on in between there. There's nothing in the middle. It's not adding, subtracting, or dividing. So, by definition, it is multiplying. I get asked that question more than anything else. What's going on with this? What's the 3 doing to the rest of it? It's multiplying, if it doesn't say otherwise. So, we get the square root of x minus 5 equals 15 divided by 3 is 5. The radical is now alone, so I'm going to square both sides. We're left with x minus 5 on the left. 5 squared is 25, so we get a 25 on the right. Add 5 to both sides, so x equals 30. Okay. Number 22, exact same thing. We got a negative 3 out front. That's multiplying the radical, so we'll divide by negative 3. Negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4, so 4 equals the square root of 2x plus 6. The radical is now alone, so we will go ahead and square both sides, which cancels the radical. 4 times 4 is 16, which equals 2x plus 6. I can subtract that 6 over. I'm sorry, the 6 is adding. So if I subtract the 6, I get 10 equals 2x, and the 2 is multiplying. So if I divide by 2, we get x equals 5. And we can go ahead and erase the straight mark. Why not? Number 23 we did, if you recall, we did that together. What we did with number 23 is we just said, hey, everything is a radical. So we went ahead and multiplied both sides to get rid of the radicals. So to get 2x minus 5 equals 3x plus 5. Alright? And from there we just solve for x. 24 is exactly the same way. We have nothing but radicals, so we're going to go ahead and simply square both sides. It's just the fraction likes to freak people out. So when we square both sides, the radicals cancel out the squareds. So we get 13x over 4 equals 5x minus 7. Right? And the easiest thing to do in this case is get rid of your denominator. That 4 is dividing, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. Now the biggest problem I see with this is people not distributing that 4 to both items. They'll either multiply the 5 or they'll multiply the negative 7, but not both. You have to multiply everything by 4. So in this case, what did I just do? All right, got it back. The 4's cancel each other out. So we got 13x equals 4 times 5 is 20. So 20x, 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. I'm going to go ahead and move the 20 left. So if I subtract 20x from both sides, I get negative 7x equals negative 28. Then divide by negative 7. Cancels out. X equals positive 4. Alright. I'm so glad I got all those pen marks to come back so I don't have to redo this video. Alright, there you go. Good luck on your test.